Only finds one. Zeus might be egged underneath this turret, just barely going to survive. And Doran looks for the axe, but doesn't find it. My God, on sub 10 health, he'll survive.
Two solo laners with these really nice little outplays. And another one right here.
He had 1 HP.
Literally 1 HP, I was told. Oh my God.
Okay, well there's the flash into the egg, and the Olaf is actually not in turret range, so Zeus will just die. That's first blood, and a massive blunder from the HLE top laner. Have seen in these team fights. We see this one more time.
If he doesn't get kills, it doesn't matter. He just flashes on him, and he's out of turret range, like you said. I think Zeus did not actually calculate for that.
A rough time.
Area has flash too.
Yeah, thankfully Zeus has flash, as he elected not to use that. Painter is going to come up, and Zeus, I think, is just going to accept his fate and die. A second kill onto the Anivia, and this is not the Zeus.
Again, so this is the second play here with Painter communicating with the team here confidently in his debut game. Comes over, and he's just like, we got him, we got him, we got him.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry for taking the kill. I think that is
great for, you know, sustaining the lane and getting your health back up, but when you get dove and burst, not a whole lot of value as Zeka will get taunted.
Yeah, but in goes Kanavi. No Justice Punch here for Faker as the Q is going to miss there, and he tries to get out, and he'll be successful. In goes Painter now, joining the fray, and does have that shield. Doran's rotating over. Faker's coming back as Painter flashes out, but there's the Vault Breaker. Kanavi will be executed, and that was a massive overextension. Delight turns up. He was delivered by the Vi. But HLE now down 3 kills with nothing to show for it.
They put him in. And then Carrier rotates over. But this is, I mean...
It's actually so sick.
It's just...
Yeah, Faker just ults out onto the Pantheon as the Pantheon is ulting in. So they literally just trade places.
Yeah. And then, what's Painter going to do? Buy time. Puts his shield up during this taunt. Flashes away. Kanavi flashes to follow. And then Carrier shows up. Faker gets the knock-up. And Carrier ults. Now, if you watch that play back, the craziest thing...
Yeah, this Hex deck should be taken here by T1. There is vision available, and there's the Realm Warp over as well at C, where the Zeka makes his way in. The taunt from Faker comes down as Delight gets the taunt flash. Faker, though, just going to turn it into an engage of his own, and Kanavi is dead yet again. This time, though, Gumayushi's here in the brawl and takes down his former support. Zeka looking for some names here as Pay's taking a lot of damage, but the curtains are going to be called as a result. Faker gets in there, Gumayushi taking so much damage and will be executed. Painter locks him down. And Faker says good night to his former AD. Out goes Delight, but in goes Doran. It really is.
This is insane. So they focused Kanavi down. As we're not done yet. Carrier's going to set up Faker.
Yeah, Zeus in a lot of trouble here. Does get the wall down, but he is still egged. And oh man, to lose your passive in this moment as well is just very disappointing. He'll be taken out. Might have been able to...
Okay, let's go back to this play. So Kanavi initially is the target here for T1 because they want to be able to secure this dragon. It's Painter who makes that call, stuns Kanavi, they burst him down. Now they have to retreat because they put all the buttons on cooldown. Carrier gets isolated and killed. And so it's jungle for support. And so HLE want to try to push them back here. This is why Guma plays aggressively, because if Painter's still alive, there's still a chance for the steal, but he just gets punished immediately as he and Faker are just switching positions again. Reminding everyone what Urgot's ult used to do.
Yep.
And then this snipe. He's like, yeah, comes off cooldown. Hey, I'll try for it. Game, but Kanavi, that's not the kind of guy he is. He doesn't wait. He doesn't scale. He fights.
Certainly not. But now Carrier is going to get engaged on here. There's a Realm Warp over. Cease and Desist comes down onto the Camille, who throws out the ulti. Painter gets himself out of there, and the curtain call is so good. Kanavi just gets slammed with an axe, and Doran is not going to be able to flash over that wall because he doesn't have it available, but it will still be Shelly going over to T1, and once...
It's me, you can identify him right here. He's charging right there, he's channeling his Q. He just gets stopped immediately here. Ults the Camille, which is, again, like I said in the draft, like, who are you going to ult in this draft? Well, he was the only reasonable target in this case. And then T1 show up. It's such a quintessential... The style of... Okay, Guma should be able to back away. This turret might actually finally go down here.
Well, Painter is going to go for the stun as he gets underneath this turret. Does get the Aegis out, and that is going to help him there as the Realm Warp does come in from Zeka just to back up the rest of his teammates.
Ocean Soul.
Yeah, off to the side, 20 seconds on that Ocean Solar you were talking about. Justice Punch will be interrupted as Gumayusi getting a lot of damage onto Faker as in goes Delight, but they look to turn it. Cease and Desist comes in, there's a heroic entrance, and down goes the Corki. They do manage to kill Carrier, but I think he's okay with it. It's Kanavi in the backline, will just pop like a balloon. Down goes Zeus as well as the curtains have been called, and never has that ability been named more correctly. As down will go everyone on HLE except for Zeka. And I think T1 will be able to finish this one off here.
Yeah, I think T1 were, for a brief moment, considering if they ever even really needed to get that thing of Faker absorbing so much pressure. Like, he's dangling himself out here as a potential target. Well, watch what happens when Delight goes for the engage. What does the team do? They instantly go to the other side. Why? Because no one can stop Faker from ulting. So he basically reverses this entire fight. And Delight's engage is worthless because the rest of the team is collapsed on, and then Faker joins. He turns an engage onto him. Well, not his team turns an engage onto him into a winning team fight on the other side. And then Faker is, well, I think the pick that a lot of people have been most critical of on Owner this season has been the Pantheon. And Painter is just, he's exactly where he needs to be every single time in this game. And it doesn't matter anymore because now I feel like you could be wherever you want as T1 and HLE cannot punish, but his engages have been crisp. Look at this one.
Yep, Summoner's Rift is where he's supposed to be, and he nailed it. He's right there right now. In goes Faker looking for the angle. Taunt is decent, but Faker goes golden. Delight just explodes. It's a double for Carrier somehow. No idea how, really, as the Glacial Storm comes over, but it's really not much of a storm, you know. And Carrier, he goes in. He is going to be the punishment onto Zeus. No egg, no chance. And Gumayusi will also be put out of his misery. Zeka, the last man standing once again. Still hasn't died this game, but hasn't done much of anything else either. As Doran just throws an axe on his way past, and they look for the Baron.
This week is the massive, constant team fighting style of play is kind of falling off in our Legend group right now. I think we're watching it in real time, not in this fight, but in the attempted fights to try to get back into the game here for HLE, falling flat on their face despite having a Rise, despite having an Anivia. And in this game, T1 could do no wrong, and they're just constantly waiting, picking this team apart, punishing them at every turn when the lead is this big. Even got the Comedy Atlas!
There we go.
Got everything!
Oh, nice flash away there from Doran. Kanavi basically just explodes before anything really happens. Zeka does have a fair bit of damage as they try to go through the base gates, but Zeus is just kind of dead. Yeah, Gumayushi's also being taken down here as it's a very split fight. And T1 now have two of their opposition dead. Only Zeka there with damage, really, as they look to break open the front door. And Faker gets the flash taunt. The justice is delivered to the Rise. And the Nexus turrets will now be taken down. T1 with utter domination here in Game 1 against HLE. And we're going to need a lot more from the boys in orange if they are going to stand up to T1 today.
I think that we are really seeing the death of the style of HLE that dominated rounds 1 and 2 and had them at the top of the stand.
Gumayusi should be able to help with this one as, okay, there's the flash in, and Zeus returns the favor at 2 minutes.
All right, bit of a, watch this again. Mega expires, and with this slow, he wants to go in at the last possible second here, and then takes the turret shot. And that's it.
That'll do it. The top side of the map, these grubs feel pretty comfortable. That's a great sidestep as Pace just flashes on top of Guma. Shouldn't have used the satchel, my friend, as he flashes and aims the Peacemaker.
All right.
Oh my.
The 80 carry.
I mean, if you miss all your buttons, yeah, I think if you hit everyone.
Side steps here, right? Like, he just side steps, and then the second
the
the ability's used, Pace is like, I kill you. He flashes on him. He's like, you're dead. Yeah, I think Carrier wanted to try to maybe set up the smite there, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't need his help.
Yeah, in goes Zeus right underneath this turret. Faker is just dead, ladies and gentlemen. Zeus is going to have to flash.
Oh, as there just hasn't been that big explosive moment. Luck, if he uses all of his buttons, can clear the wave, right? But that means he doesn't have them. And so Faker, I think, it was a pretty obvious play for HLE to get that punish. To win fights from here. I think now they're ready to fight. Now they're ready to challenge this Lock. And remember, this is where Caitlyn gets to be at her weakest as well. Now they're going to dive the Lock again.
Yep, flash headbutt. Pulverize does come in. There's the knock-up from Kanavi, and nowhere that Faker can go. Delight very comfortably tanks up that his way over. 5 members of T1 in the area as Delight looks to try and turn it, and they get right on top of the Gnar and take him out. Now the Cataclysm as Kanavi continues the fight. Kick comes back as Painter will get rid of him, and now the final spark, and there is Faker finding the kill onto the cow. A 1-for-1 top for support, but HLE will claim the rest.
You can see the idea behind this here for T1 to try to challenge, but Delight just instantly punishes with Kanavi. That support jungle synergy in this one working incredibly well for the two of them. They are able to force the retreat here, but with all that burst damage coming in, another binding to come through, Faker's able to get the egg.
But Zeka's moving down. Faker a little bit later on the rotation. Painter still wanting to start something up here as he does just safeguard forward right on top of Delight. There is the Unbreakable Will as they look to take down the Lee Sin, but he flashes out of the way. Another Mega Inferno Bomb goes wide as the ulti from Faker is going to connect onto a few. And there's the boom boom damage as the double comes in from Faker. And now Doran just hops right over the top. Faker looking for his third as it's Pays that locks it down. 4 on the floor for HLE. Should be a Baron for T1.
Very low. And we know what kind of Baron this is, even though Ox is off today.
Oh, Gumayusi in a lot of trouble. Faker's moving up. And let's see whether the nails will ring true. Gumayusi, that's not the satchel that he wanted, as Faker almost dies, actually. Would have been one more button.
Does end up taking a bunch of damage there, but this fight is so scrappy the way it's set up here. They just put the pressure onto HLE. The Painter goes in and forces a reaction, but he's Lee Sin. They use everything on him, and T1 are like, all right, well, actually, this is a fight we could take, because look at the front to back. Your Pays is set up so well. They get the burst down onto the Ambassador. The execute threshold is hit. Faker ends up getting a second, and they delete this Orianna. They just so much the advantage of T1 after just one big play. Now they have complete control over the map.
Yep, Delight really wants to take Faker out of the fight before it's even really started in earnest. Gets the headbutt pulverized. They're looking to try and chain CC, and they will be able to connect it. Now can Kanavi get into the back of this pit to take this one down? The answer is no, but can they win the fight? This Mega Inferno Bomb is way better from Gumayusi as Doran hits Mega. Zeus trying to survive, but now he's actually looking to try and kill Doran. Doran, can he actually get the last auto? The answer's no, and that is just the ace. There goes the Baron, and HLE
Don't last very long at all. T1 were super hyper-focused on this Dragon secure. By the way, Painter, I'm pretty sure didn't even have Smite, actually. Does get it in the last second.
There was a Smite sound.
Yeah. He didn't have it, I think, at the initial headbutt there, but it came up just as he was walking away there. And so that was risky in itself, the whole situation there, but because it's so awkward for them to take the Dragon back in the driver's seat, we just saw like a 6,000 gold swing twice, basically.
Yeah, that was crazy. That Rebel Baron power play probably moot at this point because we have moved back to a 3,000 gold lead. Zeus going to get spotted here by Faker. Let's see whether Faker can find the execute, and I think he definitely can. Boom goes the Dynamite, and down goes the Ambessa.
Ambessa can't get the outplay 3 levels up because he's just too low on health. Faker's like, you can't stay against Locke, by the way. Watch this, I press R, and then you disappear.
Yeah, and the
as well with the kills he's picked up here on the fringe means that he can get an extra combo off in a team fight here post Zonius to get some executes potentially, as we're going to see a collapse with TP.
Oh, Doran just going to teleport out. Oh, the pulverize from over the wall! And now Doran going to be forced into some alcove gaming that he absolutely doesn't want. And down will go the Gnar. A minute 20.
I regret this choice, actually. It's a Mountain Dragon, but we're 33 minutes in, so it's just not going to last long enough.
Nope. So this Mountain Soul is going to go over to T1 as Doran hits Mega. He's on control vision, but Delight is also in a bit of trouble. There is the Gnar from... Oh no, never mind. Doran not going to be able to find it. Gets it onto 2 in the end, but he is still dead. Flashes out of the way. Kanavi tries to get in there, but it's Gumayusi with the bomb to take him down.
Go and get as much damage done straight up in their faces as possible. There's no Gnar here, and they're going to open this base up directly. They might even start sieging those Nexus turrets because there just is not a whole lot of T1 right now without Doran.
Oh, this is so scary, though. Faker is on a bit of a flank angle as Kanavi gets in there right on top of Pays. Mega Inferno Bomb does so much work as he's down to the GA. Look at these Nexus turrets. They're just exploding. Delight trying to get rid of Faker as they're trying to burst down the Nexus. And it just goes. HLE bring us to a game 3 in the...
It's going to be Guma alone here into this forest for a little while. That could be annoying.
Coming on over as he does take the Rift Scuttler, but is he going to keep himself alive? That's the question. Gets the fear onto Kanavi, who has to flash to get out of the way. There is the Rupture landing, but Zeus is in so much trouble. Needs the auto flash, goes over the wall, but Painter went in a different direction. Good defensive Rupture comes down as Zeka will get that face check and takes out Painter to even out the trade. The first blood still going
for Guma right now, fighting himself 1v2, but going back to this play here, Zeus comes over, Rupture goes down, but with Doran coming over here, the early game damage of this Cho'Gath, especially when Jungler is feared here, is not that high. And as you can see, Painter gets over the wall. That ward is T1. Zeus didn't know where Painter was. Man, they were trying to make something of this, but ultimately he will.
10 CS down against Faker, who just stuck around in the mid lane. Kanavi coming on over. Carrier looking for the Cosmic Binding, doesn't quite find it. As Delight looking for a pincer maneuver. Zeka with the inside track as there's a teleport back from the Varus. Painter getting taken down low. The flash forward from Zeka, but he's unable to kill Painter. Still Kanavi able to claim Carrier's life. Now Painter coming down. Zeka gets his way in. Drake is going to be secured by HLE as well, but Pays landing the damage. Zeka dancing around the fight though, and Pays cannot kill anyone. They all just escape on a sliver of health. Maybe Delight will go down as this Blight is stacked up. And there's the flash in. They do manage to turn it around though. And it's only the sacrifice of the Karma. HLE.
And they don't have the control over the mid lane. Faker is super low here. This is not a 3v3 that you can win. And by the time Pays gets here with his turtle port, the fight is over. Faker doesn't have mana to continue the play. And the dragon isn't even secured by Painter. It's just a huge disaster. Into this Ahri comp? I don't think so.
Yeah. This is also a lethality Varus as well, so I feel like the late game insurance isn't quite there as there's another Rupture onto Doran. He's just dead. And Adi hits
like
the level 6.
And are closer to picking it up, so.
I actually really love this build from Zeus. Just to go Spectre's Cal and then finish your build.
Yeah, just because now you're not. Oh boy.
I don't like his positioning all that much as he's standing on an equalizer for now. Pays stacks up the Blight and down goes the Cho'Gath. Good pick here for T1.
To transform his Muramana potentially faster.
Oh dear. There's another Rupture landing. Oh, he's silenced, so I guess he can't do anything. There we go to the stacks.
The targets also that he's trying to ult aren't changing either next time he presses this. Faker! Oh my god!
And we've seen this one before. Faker is running in the wrong direction because he knows there was no way out of this. He's going to die on his own terms, and I respect it. Kanavi, though, moves up to 2-1-5 on this.
They're doubling down on this.
Hang on, this might be wrong. This might be doing a wrong. Although it's going to take a while to kill him.
Can you hurt him?
He kind of yells at Painter here momentarily as the teleport does bring them in. Pays is just going to die though as Kanavi. He goes untargetable. That is going to be the ulti down, and they might be able to kill this doggo. The paranoia comes in. Painter will take him out, but now it's Gumayushi against Carrier and Doran, and Zeka is moving up to join. Kind of misses everything, but Carrier is still likely to die as he does take the magical journey out. True Shot Barrage finishes off Gumayushi's old partner, and Doran, he's gonna do it again. Never mind. He's not gonna trust it this time around, and he is just going to flash his way towards the jungle and maybe escape.
Wasting their time. Initially, I'm watching this going, okay, well, Faker is surely dead. There's no way out of this. There's no salvaging this play. But his teammates are also coming up, right? So yes, he dies here, but they want to make this longer play happen with Pays. Watch what Zeus does in his dying moments here, as it takes a really long time and an extra teleport from Doran, and like a dying moment is actually quite long. But he flashes onto Pays.
Oh yeah, the flash feast.
He flash feasts him, and without Pays' damage, the rest of this fight is just too hard to actually finish. The next paranoia from Painter is to trade his life for the Nefiri, but once Guma is here and there's no Pays, it's a wash. And then Zeka, it's over. But that flash feast was fight defining because he bought so much time and then killed the...
there. Didn't actually matter ultimately in the end as Carrier is going to get interrupted. Magical Journey does come on through, but the ulti will follow him. Good Cosmic Binding, but Carrier is still very dead. Paranoia into the bottom lane. Let's see what they can get done here as the Rupture comes on through, but it's spell shielded. Gravity Field comes down. This is taking 400 years. And Zeus, let's see what you can do. Misses that Rupture. Why is this taking so long? As he takes down Painter, and he's still alive. What? Let's call it invincible side.
I like that. As Keria here is just, let's just say a bit too far forward. Thinks he's in his own jungle, but there is no T1 jungle on the top side of the map. And on the weak side, please don't make me watch it again.
The jungler also shows himself down here.
The fear comes through.
Look at them hitting him so much. So much. Painter even gets the attack speed buff from the spell shield. And just gets vorpally spiked.
It's funny because he probably could have, but he didn't. Okay, this is an hold on to a prio target.
There we go. Gumayusi gonna arcane shift and die. There he goes.
I need a lot more information about how that all went down, as Delight here is going to avoid the ult from Keria.
Second diving in. Kanavi goes untargetable for a few moments. The equalizer is down, and Zeus is massive. But they need to keep Kanavi alive, and he is going to stay alive and pick up so many kills. It's a double as he takes down Keria. Paze will be able to at least get rid of the doggo. But they haven't even begun to deal with Zeus' massive health bar. And Zeka executes Faker off to the side. Chemtech Soul, I imagine, played a bit of a part in that deal.
Yeah, I don't think this game, like this fight was the last chance back in the game here for T1, right? They deleted the 80 carry and still couldn't win the fight. Rumble comes in. They have all the tools. By the way, HLE are split. And yet this charm here from Zeka ends up being pretty huge. He also has that arm guard from earlier to use to stay alive here. Gets back over the wall to kite through. And Faker barely survives, but he can't rejoin his teammates. Paige just gets eaten again. And Faker wants to go for the outplay here, actually.
Yeah, I think he just knew that Zeus, but they do navigate their way out. Kanavi finding some darkened daggers onto Doran. It's a bit of an alliteration, but he also might be a little bit dead. Untargetable goes the doggo as the Arcane Storm is down. Painter gets into the backline, but everyone just scatters immediately. The Arcane Storm is decent, but Zeus just flash eats him. Down goes the Rumble. Delicious, says the Cho'Gath. He might die for it, but it looked pretty cool while he did it. Kanavi also killed the Nocturne, and it's a one trade here for HLE.
The health bars are low.
Okay, Kanavi, I don't know about this one, as Pace does have a lot of DPS, and down will go the dog. And there is the Tempered Fate onto Gumayusi. Not able to land that Mystic Shot as these health bars are not infinite. But Gumayusi, the Arcane Shift. It's so clean, but the minion wave comes on forward.
It's just source. And I was just giving Kanavi credit for like the pivot after what happened in game one about how slowly he's played this third game. This part is fine. This part is fine.
I can imagine that
Zeus
Kanavi
also, I mean, look, he's Cho'Gath. He's like, I'm just going to walk at 4 people and they won't be able to do anything. There are a lot of damage dealers there that you're walking at, and a turret.
All right, Faker just trying to farm this mid lane, but he does get a bunch of buttons down, but he is still just going to die. A little bit too far up as there's the revive. He has really gone even further beyond.
They have, by the way, Feast and Smite. Good luck.
The paranoia comes down. They're going to turn the lights off. As T1, they look to engage. There is the Tempered Fate. They try to lock them down. It's stolen by Pace. Somehow he pulls a Gumayusi. But can they actually win the fight? That's the question. Pace gets the cleanse out. Kanavi is going to be taken down. But I don't think you're ever getting to this Cho'Gath execute threshold. Oh no! Doran is going to
deal with that bottom wave. As we're going to go all the way back to this one for some reason. This is what happens right before the Elder. The reason why they're able to get the steal is because the Tempered Fate goes onto the Cho'Gath.
Oh my goodness.
Pulls a Guma into Guma. And then look at how well he kites this out. He saves the game here, literally.
Yeah.
Almost gets Delight as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. The fact that he aims it actually with Delight in mind is insane. And almost also gets the Ahri. Ahri.
600 Heartsteel stacks, or 556.
That's
a lot.
That's some ARAM stats right there. It's okay. In goes Painter once again. There goes Painter once again. And Pace is almost just dead as well. Oh God, Zeus is breaking the game again with this ludicrous health bar as he teleports in. The Vorpal spikes as well, doing a lot of work. Faker just going to get pushed out of his own base. Zeus will actually be taken out, but the Rupture is massive before he dies. And now Gumayusi is dashing forward. The GA comes on through. It is a great cosmic binding there onto Kanavi, but he is still able to help lock down the kill onto Keria. Doran trying to sidestep. It doesn't work. Guma goes to 7-1-6. and these Nexus turrets will be taken out. Humble Life Esports will finally get on the board here in this round robin. You can see they're pretty psyched about it.
Pretty sick draft here for HLE in this final game, and they are able to pull it off in the end despite the crazy series that went up and down. Pretty controlled in game 2. They shut Faker out, and in game 3 they were able to win the late game through this Cho'Gath. I gotta pick PO